What if Miss Congeniality starred Keanu Reeves? I don't mean in the Benjamin Bratt role or as the love interest, but as Special Agent Gracie Hart herself.
I have gel in my hair, I haven't slept all night, I'm starved, and I'm armed. Don't mess with me.
I've always thought of Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves as sort of parallel actors. It's not just that they look similar, though they do. It's not just that they were born only 38 days apart, though they were. And it's not just that they starred in 2 movies together, Speed and The Lake House, though they did. It's also because they've had similar career trajectories. Reeves and Bullock, while not quite having identical careers, came up in the same generation of actors, and have a history of playing diverse characters in a wide array of genres. And while Bullock may be known more for her comedic performances, I don't think anyone has played a bigger dope than Reeves in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Reeves finds fame a little earlier than Bullock with Bill and Ted in '89, Point Break in '91, and Dracula in '92. Bullock did star opposite Sylvester Stallone in The Amazing Demolition Man in '93, but it wasn't until her starring role with Reeves in Speed in '94 that she really burst onto the scene. That was followed up by While You Were Sleeping in '95, A Time to Kill in '96, and then in 2000 she would star in what would become the most iconic role of her career, Miss Congeniality. So why do I want to recast her? Why should a man play a female role? Well, he shouldn't. I would change the character of Special Agent Grace Hart to a man, Greg Hart, if you will. In my version, Miss Congeniality would be about a male FBI agent who is forced to go undercover in drag.
It's beautiful. Seductive even.
To investigate a bomb threat targeting the Miss United States beauty pageant.
Excuse me. This is a scholarship program.
Grace Hart is, by design, a decidedly masculine character. She spits and she fights and she doesn't care what she looks like. She epitomizes a sort of juvenile masculinity. Hart, in a deleted scene, when asked if she was a lesbian by her father, replies,
I wish.
as if the idea of being sexually interested in men is gross. This reminds me less of a woman who is tired of dating men and more of the homophobia so common among adolescent men. Homophobia because, despite being a woman, she firmly sees herself as one of the boys. If my revised Miss Congeniality plot sounds a little bit familiar, you may be thinking of a different American comedy from the year 2000 about an FBI agent going undercover as a woman.
Lord. Look what the wind done blew my...
Big Mommas House did not achieve what I am going for with Miss Congeniality. Of course, it wasn't even trying to.
Damn, you fine. Oh, I'm Sherry.
The comedy in Big Mommas House is derived from the spectacle of a large elderly woman speaking and acting in overtly or grossly masculine ways. My version of Miss Congeniality may initially indulge in that form of lowbrow humor, but the important difference is that in my version, Greg Hart's overt displays of masculinity diminish throughout the film, and the target of the jokes are Benjamin Bratt's Agent Matthews and the other chauvinists at the FBI. In Big Mommas House, the joke is always, look how ridiculous it is for this woman to be doing these things. Furthermore, Agent Malcolm Turner as Big Mama is never given a moment to appreciate any aspects of his new feminine identity. Big Mama is not presented as a traditionally beautiful woman, neither in personality nor form, nor does he particularly appreciate the role that older women serve to unite and lead a community. In one scene, Big Mama's granddaughter, Sherry Pierce, played by Nia Long, gets scared and slips into bed with Agent Turner. This could have been a tender moment where Turner learns to appreciate the intimacy that women are allowed to show one another. He could certainly never be this vulnerable with his partner.
Back up off me.
Instead, we get a boner joke.
Big Mama,
Yeah?
what's that?
What's what?
That.
Nice. Now, don't get me wrong, Miss Congeniality is a great movie with Sandra Bullock in the lead. I'm not suggesting the movie is necessarily improved by switching the gender of the main character,
This is much better.
only that by doing so, we are given the opportunity to explore a few new ideas that the film in its current state doesn't touch. For example, while Gracie Hart battled internalized misogyny, Greg Hart could explore the more feminine world of the beauty pageant as an outsider, a misogynist who must learn to love and respect women. Greg would certainly love how a woman looks after hours of grooming, but might have contempt for any woman who would spend hours making herself look perfect.
You never told me how beautiful you were.
Confronted with this hypocrisy, how would Greg react? Furthermore, Greg Hart dressing in drag would surely be a humiliating experience for a macho, heteronormative FBI agent. It was for Gracie, certainly, but the distaff emasculation that Gracie Hart would feel would pale in comparison to the experience of her male counterpart. Greg would be confronted with the toxic masculinity of his fellow agents. As the film progresses, Greg would spend more time with his fellow contestants and discover a new female type of camaraderie. Greg would learn to not only tolerate his time as a woman, but to enjoy it. I think it's important to note that I would not write Greg as a transgender character. Instead, I see Greg Hart as a representation of the common American man, the kind of man that could do with a little more appreciation for the feminine. Where does my version of Miss Congeniality leave Agent Hart's relationship with Agent Matthews? Matthews and Greg Hart should start the film as similar figures, boorishly masculine and somewhat contemptuous of beauty pageants. But while Greg Hart evolves throughout the film, Matthews stays the same, but becomes increasingly attracted to Hart, culminating in an admission of love from Matthews.
Listen, I was thinking, when we get back to the city, after we write up our reports and you get all ugly again, I don't know, maybe we could have dinner,
This would end in a gentle rejection from Hart and severe mockery from their fellow agents. Hart would then defend Matthews to the other men on the force, confronting their homophobia, their transphobia, and ending the film as a more enlightened man. Is my version of Miss Congeniality fraught with the potential to offend? Undoubtedly.
This guy's out of his mind.
I am a heterosexual cisgender man, so I'm sure I'm missing some critical perspective. But I believe a male Agent Hart could more accurately sell the main theme of the film, that is, selling the concept of woman to men. Or, more accurately, selling traditional femininity to a contemptuous male audience. My male Agent Hart must enter a world of extreme femininity, toxic femininity, one might even say, where beauty is held as the highest achievement for women, and stupidity and compliance is to be expected.
What is the one most important thing our society needs?
I would have to say world peace. World peace. World peace.
World peace. That would be harsher punishment for parole violators, Stan.
Hart hates this aspect of femininity, but by the end of the film he embraces it. He realizes these women are intelligent, capable, hard-working, and because of those qualities alone, beautiful. The juvenile male audience goes on the same journey. In the beginning of the film, they recognize Greg Hart as one of their own, one of the boys, and, with Hart, roll their eyes at the beauty pageant. But by the end of the film, Hart becomes a synthesis of the masculine and feminine, thereby legitimizing this culture as acceptable, even admirable, in their male world.
Hold on a second, Hart, that's not bad.
By being played by a male actor, Agent Hart further embodies that gender synthesis, man acting as woman, embracing androgyny and destroying misogyny.